if you master these three things I'm going to talk about in this particular video, there's no way you're not going to score 320 scores in this Jamb UTME examination. You're going to score 320 scores and above if you master these three things I'm going to talk about in this video. As we all know that Jamb 2025-2026 examination is starting on Thursday, the 16th of April 2026. Alright, so now I'm going to give you all my advice, every damn thing that you need to expect or every damn thing you need to know about Jamb. Alright, and I'm also going to couple it out or to back it up with Jamb CBT interface to explain to you, just to make sure that you pass Jamb in 2026. Alright, so if you know that you are going to pass Jamb in 2026, go ahead and like this video, and as well share it to your friends out there that is writing this Jamb UTME examination also, so that you guys are going to score 320 scores in Jamb 2026 UTME examination. Alright, welcome to Benny Bite tutorial, where we talk about things that concerns Jamb and admission. You have been looking for admission, go ahead and subscribe, and most importantly you turn on all bell notifications, so that when I drop any amazing video or any amazing update or guidance just like the one you are watching right now, YouTube will notify you and you'll be the first to check out the video. If you have done that, thank you so much, I really appreciate. Alright, so I will appreciate it the more if you share this video to Jamb aspirants. Alright, this video will help as many as. Alright, so if you follow this video from beginning to the very last side of this video, you are going to enjoy and learn a whole lot in this video. Without wasting much time, let's dive in. So we are going to look at the first one, which is fear. Right, we are going to look at the first one, which is fear. Now fear is the number one reason why a lot of persons fail Jamb every year. Fear. All right, it's not as if they don't know it's not as if they don't know what they are going there to write. It is because they are afraid. Right, they will be like, more especially people that have not written Jamb in the first time they will be like, oh, this exam is scary, all those kind of things, because they have heard so much from their friends that have written before. But believe me, if you are any exam that you registered, two things will definitely happen. Right, any exam, be it WAEC, Jamb or anything, any exam you registered, two things is going to happen, or two things is bound to happen. One is either pass and two is fail. All right, so now you have to ask yourself this deep question: which one did I want to happen in my life? Did I want to pass or do I want to fail? All right, so now if you choose to pass, that simply means you waive anything that has to do with this guy here. Right, you waive it all from your mind. Right, I know fear is normal in anything that has to do with examination, more especially examination that you have not written before. This is your first time. Fear is normal, right? It's a normal thing, but you don't just have to allow the fear to grip you, right? You don't just allow the fear to overwhelm you, right? You just have to be yourself. Believe yourself that you are going to pass, even when the fear will come, and you'll be like, just tell yourself that be courageous, that you are going to do it, you are going to pass. All right, so one of the reasons why so many persons also fear this examination is lack of preparation. All right, if you are not well prepared, believe me, you'll be very, very scared of the exam. If you are not well prepared in terms of your reading, in terms of your time management, and in terms of the CBT, there is no way you are not going to be you are not going to be scared of the exam. But if you are prepared, right, if you read, you manage, you master how to manage your time effectively, believe me, you are going there with full confidence that you are going to smash the exam. All right, and if you have not done that till this very moment, I believe that you know that your success is just by the special grace of God. All right, I believe you know that your success is by the special grace of God, and that is why you need to have prepared long time ago, before this very moment. All right, but if you know that your brain can also capture, just use these few days, just these 2 days, to round up everything you have been doing. Okay, that takes me to the second stage, which is the most crucial thing about this UTME examination, which is time management. Right, so I'm going to break down the whole time management, so that you are going to understand how or what you are going to expect in the UTME examination. Now you are given 120 minutes, right? We are given 120 minutes. Let me increase this so you are going to see it very well. All right, so we are given 120 minutes to answer 180 questions. All right, in case you don't know, the total questions is 180, right? The total questions we have to answer is 180 questions. Now English is 100 questions, English is 60 questions, while every other subject is 40 questions. All right, so if you sum all together, you are going to have 180 questions in total. Now let's do a small mathematics to know the time. That will tell you that we really need time. Okay, let's do a small mathematics. Okay, so now they gave us 120 minutes, which is 2 hours. 120 minutes is 2 hours. That's what Jamb gave us to round up to finish this exam. Right, now let me bring my test box so that we can do the calculation together. All right, now they gave us 120 minutes. Okay, they gave us 120 minutes. All right, so in those days when we were still in primary school, they taught us that 60 seconds makes 1 minute, right? So now if 60 seconds makes 1 minute, now we are going to multiply 60 seconds by this 120 minutes. All right, so if you multiply this 60 seconds by 120 minutes, we are going to have 7,200 seconds. All right, so now if we have 7,200 seconds, now we divide this 7,200 seconds by 180 questions, which is the total questions. Now we have 40 seconds. We have 40 seconds as our answer. All right, so now this 40 seconds is the time allotted for all this for each of these subjects. Time allotted for each of this subject, each of this question is 40 seconds. That simply means that you are not expected to stay much more than 40 seconds answering one question. Now that brings me to how to manage the time effectively. All right, some persons will be like, this time is stopwatch, it runs faster. My sister, my brother, it does not run faster. It's a normal timing. All right, if you enter inside the exam, if you start your exam by 8 o'clock, you are expected to be out by 10 o'clock, which is approximately 2 hours, which is the 120 minutes. All right, so now it is just because that you don't know how to manage your time, and before knowing it, you must have exhausted the much more the greater part of your time. So that's when you will start saying that the Jamb time is stopwatch, right? It's not stopwatch. Okay, so now how are we going to manage this time? The places where Jamb hold Jamb candidate is majorly on comprehension, right? So don't waste all your whole time reading comprehension, and if you must read comprehension, make sure that you read the questions before answering. You know, if this exam were to be paper and pencil, right? If it were to be paper, when you are reading comprehension, you'll be highlighting the key areas. All right, you'll be highlighting it with your pen or your biro or anything. You'll be highlighting the key area. But because this is CBT exam, which is computer based, you will not have that time to start. There's no way you can highlight the key area. So the only way for you to read very fast, right, is by reading the question first. When you read the questions, so that then you will not go to read the comprehension, right? While reading the comprehension, if you spot anything that is in line with the answer, then you will not come back to answer the question. Right, so that is exactly how to do it. And another way to do it is that I know out of the 180 questions, you are going to meet the questions that you know, right? You're also going to meet the questions that you don't know, right? You are going to meet the few of the questions that you know and the one that you don't know as well, right? So now when you meet the questions that you know, I believe you are going to spend, like, let's say 5 seconds answering that question. Now if you spend 5 seconds answering that question, now you have added 35 seconds to your time, right? So now let's assume that you spend another 5 questions, another 5 questions answering the one you know. That means you have also added 70 seconds to your time, right? So that's how to manage the time effectively, right? And one thing you should never do is that Any question you don't know, don't leave it blank, all right, hoping that you will come back to answer it. Any question you don't know, just pray and say, God, direct me to pick the right answer. Then you can do anything and pick the one that you know that's the right answer, and you pick it, right? And when you pick it, you move on to the next question, right? When you pick it, you move on to the next question. So that's exactly how to manage the time effectively without wasting much of our time. So don't come back, don't start thinking of, let me write and then come back to read. No, you can only come back if you have enough time, maybe like 40 minutes, 30 minutes, you can always come back to read. All right, so don't forget to be looking at your time. It's not as if you will waste your greater part of the exam watching your time. No, just make sure you are watching your time every 15 minutes. Every 15 minutes you look at your time to see how it's going. Look at your time every 15 minutes. And one thing you must not do is make sure that before you start your exam, ensure that your mouse is working and your keyboard is also working. Very, very important. All right, so that you don't log in to the exam not knowing that your keyboard, your mouse is not working, because they will not have that time to start attending to you, and before you know it, your time will be going. Right, so that brings us to the final stage of this advice. All right, so now the final stage is CBT. All right, so that's the main thing, the of them all. This is the CBT. Now a lot of persons up to this very moment don't know how to navigate to the CBT environment. They have not even seen what the CBT environment looks like, right? So I'm going to use one of my CBT software here in my system to show you how the CBT environment looks like. Okay, now let's go to this this my interface. So let's assume that I'm using my reg number, so 2026 1 2 3 4 5 6 anything. So at the end of the day, at the end of the reg number, you add the two alphabets. Right, let's assume that in my own case is HA. Right, so you put any of your own. All right, so after that, now you'll be instructed to start. Now when you start, of course, know that every exam has instruction, right? So you'll be redirected to where you read the exam instruction that is guiding that exam for that particular day, right? You'll be instructed to read the exam. So after reading the instruction, now it will not take you to the interface of the exam. Now if you look the right hand side corner of this my screen, you see that I have 1 hour 59 minutes right here, which is approximately 2 hours, and my time has started counting down from there. As you can see, it's not rushing, right? It takes time. All right, it is a normal time. It's not rushing. It is because you have spent the greater part of your time reading comprehension or doing answering 1 or 2 questions that you don't know. That's why before you get to the time, you will see that your timing is running faster than you. All right, now this is exactly what you are going to see in the interface of the exam. If you are writing English, math, physics and chemistry, this is exactly what you are going to see. All right, and other subjects also, if no matter the subject you are writing, if you are writing English, literature, CROS, and this is the way they are going to line up your 4 subjects. Now this is English in this case, and this is chemistry in this case, and this is mathematics, and this is physics. Right, now this is calculator. For the people that want to make use of calculator, this is calculator. Right, calculator will be provided for you to do any of the calculations you want to calculate, but don't waste all your whole time doing this using this calculator. Just do all your stuff, just do all your calculation mostly with your head. All right, now let's assume it's not compulsory that you must start with English. Right, it's not compulsory that you must start with English. If you know chemistry better, you can start with chemistry. If you know mathematics better, you can start with mathematics. If you know physics better, you can start with physics. But don't do starting with physics, going back to English, coming to chemistry, going back to mathematics. No. Right, now if you are writing physics, make sure that physics is you will attempt to 40 questions in physics and know that you have settled physics before going to the next subject. Right, same thing applicable to art students. All right, if you are writing government, know that you attend to government before going to CROS. If you are writing CROS first, know that you attempt all CRS questions before going to literature. So that is just how you are going to do it, right, without wasting much of your time, so that you will not, nothing will be complicated with the exam, and you will not be tensed, right? So that is just how you are going to do it smartly without wasting any much of your time, right? So if you are writing physics, write physics first. After physics, you go to mathematics. After mathematics, you go to chemistry and come back to English. If you know English very well, you start with English, but don't kill your whole time reading comprehension, right? So now we'll have 5 keys that you can use to make the whole things faster for you also, right? So option the key A on your keyboard simply means to answer the option A, B is for option B, while C is for option C, and D is for option D. Now if you want to go to the next question without using your mouse, you click N on the keyboard. Now it will take you to question 2. Now we are on question 2. If I want to go to the next question again, I'll click N to take me to question 3. Alright, so now if I want to go back to question 2, I'll click on P. It will take me to previous. Right, I'll click on P again. It will take me to number 1, which is the previous question also. All right, so that's how to do it. Okay, so now on no account should you press S. S is to submit, unless maybe your village people say you should do so, and when your village people say you should do so, you know what that means. All right, so that simply means your village people already want you to fail the exam, so that's why they will be telling you, or they will be signaling you to press S when you are not yet done with the exam, right? So do not press S when you are not yet done with the exam, right? If you write one question and you press S, you are done, all right? Automatically you are done. So you on no account should you press S if you are not yet done with the exam, right? So that's just how to go about the CBT blah 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 exam. And one other thing is that if you are using the mouse, if maybe you have answered question 10 and you want to, let's assume that you have gotten to question 30 and you want to go back to question 2, you just have to take your mouse to the question 2, that's it. Take your mouse to question 4, that's it, right? So I believe that's just all I have for us for today, and I wish each and every one of us writing this UTME exam success, and I believe that you that have prepared for this exam, you are definitely going to pass, right? That's what I assure you, that you are definitely going to pass. Okay, so I'll be waiting for your results, and I believe I will see you on the winning side. All right, so here we don't lose, we are always winners. All right, so we win, and that's just our culture, and that's just what we do here, right? So I hope to see you on the winning side. Right, that's just my prayer every day for you guys, and that's just all I've been working hard for, to make sure that each and every one of us do not repeat Jamb again. All right, so if you are here, or maybe you are coming from other platforms like Facebook or any other platform, and you are joining us for the first time, and you have written Jamb for over years, and you want to pass Jamb, by all means, and you also want to gain admission, because it's not all about passing the Jamb, it is passing the Jamb and also gaining admission. So all you just have to do is to get my number from my YouTube thumbnail. All right, not thumbnail, rather from my YouTube banner. All right, you get my number from my YouTube banner and you message me on WhatsApp. I believe I'll get you added to my YouTube group, where I'll be guiding you step-by-step processes on how to get admission, just without stressing you and without wasting further of your time. Alright, so that's just all I'm here for you guys. And if you believe you are going to score 320 and above, let me know in the comment section. Or if you have, let me just know your score on the comment section, what you want to score. Let me know in the comment section. Right, so I'll be right there to see you, and hope that we are going to win, and see you all on the winning side. Okay, so until I see you again, don't forget that I love and cherish each and every member of this particular great platform, and let me see you again. Keep winning.